Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to get started with another review, this time something a little bit different. You guys know that I love Sleepy Hollow. You saw the 4-box gift set Sleepy Halloween vignette that I display in my home almost every year since I've created it. I plan on continuing to display that in my home. And then I'm really excited because Department 56 decided to carry that genre through modern day, and last year and then again this year they've started releasing Sleepy Hollow pieces that will ultimately, hopefully within the next few years, make a complete set of all Sleepy Hollow stuff. And so I'm always on the look for anything Sleepy Hollow related. It's just, one, it's such a good story. Two, it's very old and very nostalgic. And it's got the creepy ghost story feel to it when you think old school Halloween. And so I'm always on the lookout. And probably maybe a week or two ago, I saw people posting Sleepy Hollow memorabilia that they picked up from Tractor Supply. I started looking online, of all places, right? I started looking online. They had them. You can order them and have them delivered to your home. But they had them local here at one of our local Tractor Supply companies. And I went in and picked up a couple of things that I think are going to go great, ultimately, eventually, into my next Sleepy Hollow display. I don't know when that's going to be built. I still want to collect a few more pieces, so probably not for a little while, but you have to strike when the iron is hot. You have to strike when you see these things before they sell out and you can't get them anymore. So with that, let's jump off the tripod and take a look at a couple of accessories that I think will add some class and some nostalgia to your Sleepy Hollow display. Okay, well, there you have them. One is sort of a silhouetted headless horseman chasing Ichabod Crane on his horse Gunpowder, running through the woods with this big sort of a big orange harvest moon kind of behind them. This glows, this lights up. Unfortunately, it's not real bright, and I've heard some other people say they're looking for a way to maybe retrofit the lights in this. I am as well. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. I'll show you the current lights and the way it comes, but I think it would look a whole lot better, perhaps being lit a little bit differently. The sign, however, is incredibly just so cool. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow, it says. You can hang this. It's got a couple of little nail holes at the top and the bottom, but man, look at the detail on this. It's almost black and white. There may be just a touch of washed out contrast in the pumpkins. Just, you couldn't ask for anything cooler. I mean, if we take a closer look at that, look at the detail on this sign. It's not perfect. I mean, the paint is not perfect on it. It's got a couple little areas that you can see have been chipped, but all fixable and all still very, very cool. This is just a really cool sign. Look at that castle in the background, or whatever that is. I'm pretty sure there was no castle like that in Sleepy Hollow, but you still get the drift. It's still a very scary piece. You've got the black horse, you've got the kind of the briars there, the ground, you've got the pumpkins, which just look spectacular. Just an incredibly cool sign. So when I saw that, I knew I had to get it. That, if you get that at Tractor Supply, is going to set you back, without any discounts or anything, about $18. This was about $25, I think, if I remember right. I did tear the tag off of this one and started playing with it almost right away. So that's it. That's kind of how it looks lit up. You can see the lights down behind it. So this is all metal, sort of I say metal, it's sort of sheet metal. It's very thin, but it's well made. It's not going to go anywhere. It sits on a base. It's just very, very cool looking. I mean, you can't get much more nostalgic and cool as that, especially for a backdrop into your Sleepy Hollow village. As we turn this one around, you can kind of see the way the back is made, and you've kind of got this ring kind of holding in this piece of, I say plexiglass, it's really a piece of thin plastic that's got some detailing on it. You can see the little tabs there at the bottom, how it's held in. couple more up on the sides. You bend those back, you could certainly take that whole piece out if you desire to do that, and maybe change it for something different, I don't know. And then it comes with this LED strip of white lights that just kind of shine up onto the back of this. I mean, in the dark, and we'll turn the lights out as best we can so you can see it, but it's not great. I've seen worse, but it certainly could be better. And then if we flip this up over, just to kind of show you how this works, small little battery pack, takes 2 AAA batteries, and it's got a simple on and off switch. I don't recall, and if you do recall, you know in the comments, let me know. I don't recall if it's on a timer or not. I don't know if you turn it on and it will go for, on for 6 hours, off for 18 hours, or whatever the deal is. I don't remember. I don't know that it does or not. Otherwise, you'd have to turn it on and off every time you wanted to use it for your village, unless you come up with a different lighting setup for it. I think it'll be easy to do. I just haven't spent a whole lot of time looking at it. But would these pieces not look great somewhere close to, in the vicinity of, around your Sleepy Hollow setup? I certainly think they would. So let's dim the lights and come back and see what it looks like in a darker setting. Okay, so not much of a darker setting. It's about all we're gonna get though in the light here. The camera really adjusts to the low light pretty well, so it's hard to see, but you do see more of a glow at the bottom of this piece than certainly you do towards the top of the piece. I think it's still gonna look good. I think it's still presentable just the way it sits. Certainly you could do better with the lights, but they're not too awful bad. So you can kind of see the way that looks kind of towards the bottom versus at the top. So that's sort of what it looks like in a darker environment. Again, the camera does such a great job of compensating for the low light. It's hard to really film what would be accurate in low light. So not at all bad. It looks pretty good. And I love the orange color. I mean, you see the Sleepy Hollow display that I've got. We will, if you haven't seen it already. It's just filled with orange and orange trees and orange roofs, and it's just, there's so much orange in there. I placed an orange sign, welcome to Sleepy Hollow, in that one just because of all the orange. So I love the orange. This would go great into that one, but I think I'm pleased with the sign that's already in that one. So this one and this sign will be saved for some vignettes or the village for the new Sleepy Hollow pieces. Okay, well that gives you a better look at a couple of unique accessories from a really unique place, Tractor Supply, that I never thought I would visit for Halloween decor or decorations, especially for something that I would place inside one of my vignettes or one of my villages. But lo and behold, here we are talking about Tractor Supply Company and a couple of really cool Sleepy Hollow pieces. There are more Sleepy Hollow pieces at Tractor Supply. You can certainly look online if you have one close to where you live. I would suggest you go and take a look for yourself and see what they have that you may like to put in your village. I think these would make a great backdrop or a sign kind of outlying or kind of over an overview for your village, if you will. Very well done, very classy. I love the sign, I think as much, if not more, than I like the silhouetted backdrop. So, hey, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've liked it, make sure you click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps me personally, it helps the channel to grow, and it keeps me motivated to keep coming back and delivering you videos just like the one that you're watching right now. Share it with a friend. And if you have these or you plan on using them different or you picked up something else at Tractor Supply, leave me a note in the comments and let me know what you got and the reason why you got it. Hey, we're going to go into another review video, but until then, take care of yourselves. We'll talk again real soon.